Okay, it's time for our year-end declutter, and I think today will be foundations, powders, anything related to base and blushes and highlighters. Basically everything other than lips. Okay, the lips category is too big to include in this video, so that will be in part 2. Part 1 is everything else. And if you hear any noise, that is my washing machine and my dishwasher. I don't know, every time I roll on the camera, before that I got to roll on a washing machine or something. I don't know why I do that. But let's begin. And I think I will put things I will keep here and what I will decluttering here. So basically left, keep, right, go. Okay. So the first thing that I am seeing with my own eyes is this addiction foundation. There's no way I'm gonna declutter this one because I just got it. So yeah, this is a keep. Well, I feel like I might separate this into 3 parts, and this one being only like foundation, concealer, powders and stuff, and maybe cheeks can be the next category because I don't think this frame can include all of the product if I include blushes and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And then is there Tirtir cushion foundation. I have this shade 23N. I don't think I'm gonna declutter this because I love this. Also, I think the goal for me is to just declutter anything that I'm not using anymore. So anything that's on the surface is gonna be what I'm using, right? So I think right off the bat, for the first couple products, they are all not gonna be decluttered. And this Tirtir Glow cushion, because I'm still trying this. For right now, I love it, but haven't put my finger on it, and I'm not gonna declutter this yet. And this is literally showing you everything that's going on here. Okay, whatever. And this is the pink one, the little one. Still trying this one as well. But for me right now, I can't point out any like big difference than this red one. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not able to tell the difference, and it's there, but yeah, it's not that much of a difference. Other than this one is actually even more long wearing. And this is from SUQQU. Again, I'm not gonna declutter this because I love this thing. But it's like pretty old, so I think I might have to, start to make plans to finish this foundation. And here is the struggle. Oh, because keep is in this way, so maybe let's put it there. This Haus foundation, first of all, it's expired, but that's whatever because I don't really follow their instruction on this. But this foundation, it's not like it's bad, but at the same time it's not like amazing. I have some difficulties using this sometimes, like only sometimes it causes trouble, not all the time. I don't know how to describe this foundation. First of all, the color is too yellow. I mean, it's like a good olive shade, but again, it's too yellow and too dark. So I normally mix this with something else. On its own, it's just too much. Like you can see on my hand, it's like standing out a lot. And the shade is 210, light, medium, neutral, olive. There's nothing neutral in this, okay? See this. Do you see anything neutral in this? It's like light, medium, extremely yellow, olive. Okay, that's what this is. Actually, it's not like I hate the shade because I could just mix with some other stuff because this is like a lot of foundation that I own actually lack this color. But the thing is, this formula sometimes looks heavy on my skin, and sometimes it literally make my skin look like filter. So it's not consistent, and I haven't used this in a long time because I really don't like mix foundations. And also if I mix, I can mix this one as well. The SUQQU is a great color, but like sometimes a touch darker, so that one is a great mixer as well, and I prefer this formula way more than this one. So I think this might need to be a declutter. So I think I'm putting this here right now. Let's just run through all of the base products, like liquid base product. So now it's a concealer. Is this one? It's the Dior whatever corrector. You know this one, like the backstage concealer thing. And as you can see, I used up a lot of it, and it was like in my project, well, it's still in my project pan. I think I can still get used to this and finish this one. This concealer, a lot of people say it's hydrating. It's actually really not. It's like borderline drying actually, but my skin is not dry at all. So I think my skin can take this and it doesn't look bad. But yeah, if you have dry skin, maybe this one sometimes can, make your skin feel dry. I'm not gonna include any like small, like super small samples, but like bigger samples I'm gonna include in this video, such as this one. This one is the W20, so I'm gonna keep this one. This is the Maybelline Super Stay. Maybe let me swatch this for you. This is a way better color for me. Like you can see how much better this shade is than this Kosas, right? And it's like a very thin, watery type of formulation. Like I really, really love this formulation. I don't know if it's for dry skin, but as long as you're not like Sahara desert dry and you prep your skin well, I think you can use this one. It's like a very thin, natural finish that's leaning a little bit like a semi-matte direction, and I actually really like this one. But with that being said, I think I can declutter these two. This one I got in a review program, so it's like free, I didn't buy it, and this is not the shade N20, so I don't think I need to keep this if I have this one, and I really don't need a full-size bottle as well, so that's that. And I also have this N20 because eventually I decided to try this foundation, and they have this thing available on the secondhand market for like a pretty affordable, like $3 or something, and I thought I would just try this. And I also like as a fun, like applied to the review program on this, and I also win this, so I have two of the same shade. That's not my shade. So yeah, these two are gonna go. Nothing wrong with the formulation, but yeah, like I have this one, so that's good. By the way, I have several other these little ones, but I haven't tried those yet, and it's not like I'm gonna declutter those, right? Like I just bought them. So the cushion foundations, like other cushion foundations, I do have quite a bit. This Haus one is probably one of the cushions that the shade looks like actually semi-okay. And along with the tirtir one, the tirtir one is a great shade as well. This is from the brand Haus, 23 Sand. I think it's like about my skin color, and this is a semi-matte light medium coverage foundation. Like it's nice. It's not my favorite or anything, but it's nice. Like I would love to use this, and I use it on a daily. If you hear that, that's my washing machine. It has done its job. The Perfect Diary cushion foundation. This also one of the only ones so far from C Beauty base wise that is like my shade. like you can see, it's like a pretty great shade. I swatched here and you can barely see it, right? And this is the shade B03 Nude Beige. It's the Essence Concealing UV Cushion Foundation. It's like a very great glowy foundation, like cushion foundation. It goes on very, very thin. Like, I really love it. I have a review on my channel as well. This Few or Fee and this clear one is where the struggle is. I think I have no complaint about the formula. Like, this is a great glowy cushion. This is the Keel Cover Mesh Glow Cushion in the shade 4BO Ginger. And this one is the Fee Cushion Glass Natural in the shade 03 Natural Glass. These two both are the darkest shade, okay? It's not like I underestimate myself and bought a shade that's like bought a light shade. No, both of these are the darkest shade. And for some reason, this one on my hand looks like it matches me, but for some reason, on my face, this one looks so pale. Like, it's totally a different color than my neck, and so is this one. This one also, like, is very pink. And again, like, weird enough, on my hand, it looks like a great shade. It doesn't look it's like too light. And once it's on my face, it looks too light and too pink. I don't know what's happening. For right now, I'm gonna keep these because I plan to do a video, swatch all of the darkest shade of Korean foundations. I'm gonna have to feature this. And also, I want to do a video on all of the cushion foundation that I've tried. Then, of course, I have to, feature these two as well. So for the video purposes, I'm gonna keep it for now. But I think I have to try these two more and think about the shade. If eventually I feel like the shade really does not match me, I think I'm just gonna declutter these two. Again, nothing wrong with the formula. It's actually, this one is okay, but this one is beautiful. But again, if it's not the right shade, and with the cushion foundation, I'm not even able to mix it with other foundations easily, and I think that's a good reason to declutter it. And these three foundations are all like very popular Western foundations, and I don't know, like I kind of love them. Like, the formula wise, I love all of them, but I just don't use them. And I right now very, very focused on like Asian beauty, so I always want to know like my thoughts on Asian beauty products, and I like just reach for them so much more than these, and I don't even remember the last time I used these, and I really don't want to waste these products. I think I'm just gonna declutter these while they are still like in good condition. So these three are all gonna go. I think I'm gonna try to sell them or something because they are barely, some of them are barely touched, right? The last one, foundation wise, is from SUQQU. Is there the foundation? I'm not gonna declutter this, of course. This is one of my favorite foundations. Should I swatch it for you? Well, let's just swatch from this lid. It's actually a little bit too dark for me as well, but it's like acceptable because the tone is like great and it doesn't look like muddy or anything on my face. So this is a kip as well. The formula is just so beautiful. That's oh, last one. This one I am thinking to declutter as well. First of all, the shade. This is a brand that I don't understand. They have maybe 5-6 shades and they all look like this. Like maybe slightly paler, But they all look like this. Like I remember I go to their like physical location, you know, the actual store, like their counter to swatch their stuff, and I was just so confused about their foundation shades because I swatched 3 of the darkest shade and they all look like this. Like they all look like this. And this one just doesn't really sit well on my skin. I think I have to revisit this and decide, but I don't really like this one. This is gonna be a part of like swatch the darkest shade of Korean foundations, and also maybe overall review of Asian foundation that I'm gonna feature this foundation. But after that, I think I'm gonna declutter this because I really don't reach for this one because it doesn't work well on my skin. Primers and you know anything miscellaneous literally. Here, like I'm gonna put this aside and look at these one by one. The Haus concealer, I feel the same thing with this one, and the foundation. It's like it's not the worst foundation that I have ever tried, but at the same time, it's not sitting super well on my skin. I think I'm maybe giving it like a couple try. I might just declutter this. Where do I even put this? Yeah, for now, it's like a keep, but not really probably. These 2 are from a new brand that I just tried. Girl Crush. It's a Sea Beauty brand. I'm still trying this, so not gonna declutter these. It's like a very watery, semi-matte finish type of concealer. And one of these, let me swatch for you maybe. It's a true olive shade, which I appreciate. Like look how olive that is, and it's like a neutral olive. Because a lot of times olive is like so warm for some reason. Like it's almost just yellow and they put a tinge of green in it and called it olive. But I appreciate this type of olive and I can mix this with something else. And this is from Flower Nose. I don't think I bought a shade too light. This is like literally just too light. And this is probably one of the darkest shade even. Like, look how pale it is. It's VA03. I think that might be the darkest shade or the second to the darkest shade of their concealer. I really don't know. And the formula, I don't remember. So that just means it's like probably mediocre. This little tinted sunscreen from La Roche-Posay. I'm gonna keep this. I use this sometimes when I don't want to put foundation on. But it looks like just okay. I don't understand the hype actually. And this Shu Uemura little small size, sample size of foundation. I actually love this foundation. So of course I'm gonna keep this. This is where I'm gonna start to do the declutter. This is the Muji Cream UV Foundation in the shade Ochre. I feel like this foundation is just so mediocre. Like I don't even remember much about it. But for the price, it's not bad. But I don't really reach for it, so I think I'm just gonna declutter it. And this and some other concealer palettes, I'm still trying them and I'm planning to do a video on the concealer palettes, so that's not gonna go anywhere. This one is from Julito and this one is from Canmake. For now, they are not bad product. And this is the weird product. It's the Uphill Water Lock Sala Sala Packed. I think in English, the Sala Sala is probably translated to something else. It just means like smooth and not like sticky. And this is essentially a water powder, like a liquid. But after I try this, I feel like this is kind of a scam. It's not even mattifying that much, and it definitely doesn't act like a powder. Like, my skin feels the same after I apply this, but I can still try to you know, try this in other ways to see is it like actually not effective. And I think that's everything other than powders. And now let's talk about powders. I don't think I'm gonna declutter much, so we are just gonna run this quickly. So this is from Armani. I heat pan on this a couple days ago, and I was so shocked because I thought there were like way more product. Because look at this, you're gonna think the pan is super thick, right? And even cover up this pan, you are probably gonna think this product is barely touched. So when I heat pan, I was so shocked. Like, the pan was so shallow actually. So I don't think I'm gonna declutter this. And yeah, it's a great powder, but yeah, now I don't need to spend this much money on a powder. Well, these two exactly the same shape. This thing I'm not even bothering to open this bag because it's gonna be the powder exploding. This is a brand that actually have existed in China for like more than 100 years. And this is their powder that's in an egg shape, but of course it's shattered and it's not in an egg shape right now. And that's why I don't want to open this, because I don't want to have powders everywhere on all of these packagings. But yeah, that's actually a great powder and it's very affordable. It's just the shipping is not it. And that's why it's like came shattered. Okay, this is the SUQQU powder foundation. Again, I don't think I'm gonna declutter this. I do love this powder foundation. Where do I put this? There's nowhere to put any stuff. Okay, this is a Judido, a pressed powder. There's no, oh, there is English name, translucent and blurring setting powder. I don't think it's all that translucent. It's actually pretty white, like as you can see. So if you have anywhere more than like a light medium skin tone, you probably see the white cast. Like even me, I have light medium skin tone and I see the white cast on this. So that's that. But I'm gonna keep this. I can use it on the center of my face, so it's not like super strong of a cast. And this Wang Zhongyu powder, it's a makeup artist, K-beauty makeup artist brand, and this makeup artist actually does the girl band Twice's makeup. And this powder is actually super finely milled. It's like a slightly pink powder, but on your face you really don't tell the pinkness. And again, it's like super fine. I actually kind of like this. The only thing I feel like I'm not sure about this is I feel like its effectiveness only lasts for a very short amount of time. Like, I don't even know, like an hour. And I feel like it feels like I never put any powder on. Yeah, I think I have to use it more to decide. And here is powder from the brand Innisfree. It's pore blur powder, and this powder is one of those no sebum powder, or maybe like you should say HD powder. I think like different market have different names for this. And it's, if you have used those HD powder, one thing I'm so confused about is like everybody say they have no color, it's translucent, but every time I use this type of powder, I definitely see the white cast. Like really, I see it. I don't know if just other people saying this, they're just pale, so they can't tell the white cast, but it's definitely there. And it's those ones that's like extremely not drying, but like absorbent of any moisture and oil on your face. So if you have dry skin, I really don't think this type of powder is your thing. But for my oily skin, it's like kind of like okay. But because how white it is looking like on my skin, I actually mixed that one with this one, which is too pink. Is the flower nose, is the, let me read, Music Box Loose Setting Powder, shade 01. This is such a pink powder, like it's low-key blush. I feel like, you know, if you have used flower nose blushes, their blushes is not very pigmented, and I low-key feel like this powder has the same level of pigment as their blush, so it's like a little too pink for me to use. Like, look at this color. It's low-key blush, okay? So this one is too pink and too dark, like a too dark of a shade of a pink to use, and this one is too white. So I just mix these two, and let me show you my mixture. This Tupperware is where I mix the powder. Like you can see, it's like a very light pink, and it doesn't look as like chunky. Do you know what I'm talking about? Sometimes those HT powders look chunky, and blending these two, it looks like fine, and it's like a pale blush type of color. Why everything looks so crooked? Next, there are 4 more powders. I didn't think I have this amount of powder before this video, so I guess it's good that you like, it's good to do a year-end clearance type, like declutter type of video, so that you know how much you do have. And this is not even all. Like I said, like some little cushions like that, I haven't even tried it, so there's no way that I'm gonna feature in here. But this is from Chemic. It's actually a great powder. I really don't mind using this, but again, it's a little bit white, and every time I use this type of powder, I'm just gonna rant the same thing. But you know, what's the point of the color correcting little sections in here? You're gonna mix it anyways. The orange, blue, and purple and green, all of them mixed together, it's just gonna be this like whitish grayish color. So what's the point of putting all that color in there, other than being pretty, you know? It's just canceling each other's out. Like, I don't understand that. It's not like you're taking a little brush and using each single little section in there, right? Yeah, I don't understand that. This SUQQU powder, it's their sheer loose powder. I bought this years ago actually, so I really need to use this up, and they have been reformulated, this one, and now the packaging doesn't look like this. I think this year or the next year, I really could try to finish this thing. So I'm not gonna declutter this. This is a great powder actually. Another Innisfree No Sebum powder. I think this powder is just, I don't know, it's just okay. It's the same with that, like the last one that I talked about. So I don't think I'm gonna declutter this, because I can mix with this one to use it up. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Not gonna waste that. And this one is from Hints. It's a kind of lavender type of powder, but these type of powder on my face, they don't really have much difference. They just look slightly like white cast on my face. Like it all looks the same. You know, this one and which one? The Wang Zhongyou one that's steadily pink. Other than this one, the flower nose one that's like a little bit too deep of a pink. And this, you know, Chemic one and this one, they all look semi the same as the face, same as the same on my face. So the powder, the formulation itself is, there's nothing wrong. I actually pretty like this powder, but it's just, yeah, I don't understand people's obsession of these powders, because again, on my face they all look the same. But that's not to say I want to declutter this one. I'm gonna still keep this one and use it up. And I think that's probably everything face wise that I'm gonna, like base wise, I'm gonna talk about, like all the concealers. And do I have something else? A decorte tinted sunscreen like this one that I don't know where it is. There is this one from decorte. This is essentially included in a blush section, but this color, it's like more of a corrector type color. I'm still trying this one. And these two little primers, one is from Kaleidos, which I really like, and this one is from NYX. It's a glitter primer. I need these two as well, so I'm not gonna declutter those. And this is from the brand Cezanne. This is the Make Keep Base UV. Basically, this is like their oil controlling primer with a little bit sunscreen in it. But for me, this one make my foundation look so pale. It also make my foundation look like very heavy with this underneath. So I just don't like this one. And this feels like one of those physical sunscreen, like the mineral sunscreen, if you know what I'm talking about. And I really don't like this. On one hand, I want to keep this when I'm gonna do like a Cezanne, full face of Cezanne type video, but I don't think I need to feature this in the video. I could just talk about it, you know, so I'm gonna declutter this one. So I think that really is all I have to talk about today, like all of the foundations and powders. And this is going way quicker than I thought. I thought I would be here for like an hour or two. All of the base product is done. And these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is gonna go right now. And this one and this one, I'm considering. And also this one. I'm pretty sure this one is gonna go as well. But these three, including this concealer, so 4, maybe gonna go sometime soon after they're being like featuring in some videos, and after I make up my mind about these two, you know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and actually I hope this can inspire you to do a declutter on, you know, whatever collection you have. It could be clothes, it could be shoes, it could be your bags, or even your stationery stuff. You know, if you do crochet or something, maybe your tools and your yarn. Like even if you love books, maybe your physical books and everything. I think it's good to do a year-end assessment on your collection, so that you remember everything you have, because I feel like every day is like always so busy. You kind of forget what you still own, right? Yeah, I just feel like this is a good reminder to oneself. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.